Hi, this is Sheree from ShreesCraftGirls.com. Thank you for joining me today. The project I have today is this beautiful hexagon box. Believe it or not, they both come from the same measurement, it's just folded slightly different at the top. You can get two boxes from a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. Various designs I've made. I've made one that is just printed on the top, but it's got DSP on the side. You've got another one that is just stamped on the top, but it's got a plain underneath with the flowers on the side. Or you have one that is completely stamped all over. Again, you could put the flowers on the side, entirely up to you. So, if you take a piece of cardstock measuring 11 inches by 6 inches, okay? Taking your scoring tool, we are going to measure and score at 1 3/4, 3 1/2, 5 1/4, 7, 8 3/4, 10 1/2. Keeping your long side at the top, we're just going to notch, and we're going to notch at 7/8 of an inch, 2 and, let me see, what was it? 5/8 of an inch, 4 3/8 of an inch, 6 1/8, 7 7/8, and 9 5/8. Okay, turning so that your notches are on the right hand side of your scoreboard. You're going to score at 2 and at 4 inches. Now you can decide where you're going to want to stamp. If you were going to stamp all over, I wouldn't have scored first, but because I'm only going to score at the top, I need to know where that first score line is. So taking my stamp, Marina Mist, I'm also going to use the flower from the flower shop, and I'm going to use this beautiful quilted one. Now with the quilted one, when I cut it out to make the flowers, I actually put the dotted side at the top, and I found that corresponded with the punch when I punched it out. Okay, so let's do some stamping. I'm just going to stamp randomly on the top. Oh, I should have actually got some scrap paper, that would have been better, wouldn't it? No, too late now. There we go. Popping the stamp aside, we're now going to burnish and fold our score lines. Nice and crisp as you can, because it just makes it easier when you're constructing the box. You know what I haven't done? I'm sorry. We need a steel ruler, and we need to do some diagonal scoring. I'm so sorry I've knocked that up, haven't I? So where you notched, this tiny little notch here, you're actually going to score to the corner of each box, all the way along, and you're going to form a triangle. Okay? So if we do that now, I'm sorry about that. So from the bottom of your score line to your notch, as deep as you can, from your notch to your corner, from your corner to your notch, from your notch to your corner. Now if you do that all the way along, keeping it as accurately as you can, because it will make constructing the box that much easier. Okay. It's a bit harder to score because you haven't got the little groove underneath like you have on your scoring board. So you do have to use quite a bit of pressure to form that score line. right the way across your box. And this is what gives it that lovely shape at the top. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. Right, so we can carry on scoring along our score lines. And now we do the diagonals. Now, this is a bit tricky, but it's okay, and you do need to use a little bit of forcefulness to manipulate it and get it to go where you want it to go. But then the sharper the crease, the neater the top. And I'm completely out of view, aren't I? So fold and score. Fold and score right into the corner, right the way along the box. So it's a bit fiddly, but it's worth the effort. And when you give it as a gift, now think of how much effort you've put in to make this gift for them. And it's very, very pretty. Last two. Last one. No, I haven't. There we go. Now all we're going to do is take away this little rectangle at the bottom. So cut up from the bottom to your first score line and take it away. Then we're going to cut up each of the score lines along the bottom to form the base of the box. Taking some fast fuse, some snail, some sticky strip, whichever you prefer, straight down the tab. Remove the backing. Construct your box. Keeping your seam there, take up your top 3 flaps from your base and put some sticky strip across each of the remaining bottom bases. 1, 2 and 3. You could use snail, fast fuse, whichever takes your fancy. Okay. Now keeping the back in your left hand, leave that one because that's the back, so the opposite one is going to be the front. So fold those two down, whoops, pulled it with a sticky strip, and you're going to fold, slightly turn it, might be easier for you. Take the next one, fold them across, moving your sticky strip, and fold the 2 flaps so they join and align. It's about, I'd say, 1/4 inch maybe into each other. Now turn again, making sure you've got the back. Yep, that's the back, so that's the front. So you want to bring this one over and this one to glue him down. So bring them across and align the 2 sides about 1/4 inch and join them, and again with the last, which should be your back and your front. Okay, bring them together and just join them. To make this one of your 2 boxes, you're going to, where the score line goes from top to bottom, you're going to push him in and just crease and pinch. Fold the score line in and pinch. It just makes it easier when we come to the end. So in and pinch. Now if you could do that all the way around, see I haven't quite scored that properly, so it's going to be a bit more awkward. To manipulate him. There we go. And in and round and again into the point and pinch. And there we have the box. Okay, just push them all together. This is the awkward bit, getting your triangles to stay out and your other bit to go in, and just manipulating shut. Okay, and there's your lid. Isn't that fantastic? So now we're just going to tie him together with a pretty little bow. For that you need a handheld punch, and you're going to pinch your triangle there, keep that at the front, and you're going to punch a tiny hole as near to the top as you can and just punch. Okay, so behind the triangle, keep the triangle out, the two folds together at the back, and punch. Triangle out, sides together, punch. Oh, that was a bit close to the top, but I'm sure it'll be okay. Together, punch, all the way around your box. Trying to keep these two lines, two score lines together. Punch. Last one, which this is the one that didn't fold very nicely. And punch. There we go. Now just to thread some ribbon through. Find the back of your box, and you're going to actually thread your thread behind the triangle. So we're going to go in here, out the other side, and then you do that all the way around in a sewing motion. In here, behind the downward triangle, and out behind the outside triangle, all the way along. In. I should have got a needle, it would have been a lot quicker, I think. Just hope I don't run out of video time. Okay. And down. Oh, come on. There we go. Nearly there. Trying to rush and maybe taking twice as long, aren't I? And out. And in. If I used a slightly thinner ribbon, that might have helped as well. That's all the ribbon I have at the moment. And out the last one. Okay. And then, when you pull the box together, slowly manipulating it, it will actually all come together as it should. Oh. She says. Just put a little bit more ribbon through. There we go. And then it will all close. There we go. One beautiful little box. Let's get some ribbon away, that might help, I think. Now, as you all know, I'm very bow-phobic, so I will do my best for you to tie a bow. Bear with me. And there we have one very pretty. Oh, that wasn't too bad a bow, if I do say so myself. There, how's that? Trim him up. There's the box constructed. How lovely is that? Now, to do the side of the box, I'm not going to use a DSP, but if you want to use a DSP, the measurements are 1 1/4 by 1 3/4, and you're going to need 6 of those. I'm going to get some flowers. I'm going to put them actually on the side of the box. So with that in mind, what I did is I cut several out and I just pushed in the middle to help it seal. And with that, I'm going to get some glue dots, and I'm just going to pop them on the sides, leaving the front one because we're going to put a label on that one. So pop those onto your box, all the way round. Oops. Last one. Pop them on with the glue dot, pop them on your box. And for the actual label, I'm going to cut it out, and I'm going to use a decorative label punch. And I'm going to use the Marina Mist, so it goes with the stamp that I've used. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp a sentiment in Marina Mist. Hoping it'll fit. This one is Thinking of You. Isn't that lovely? And with a dabber, which I have just a moment to go. There he is. Oh no, first of all we need to cut it out with a 1 1/4 inch punch. And I'm going to put that out like that. Using a dabber, just soften the edge. All the way around. Isn't that pretty? Using a dimensional, we're going to pop on the back of the first label, pop that in the centre of your decorative label, and pop that, I think with 2 dimensionals, onto the front of your box. And there we have a beautiful, pretty little hexagon box. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you'd like to come back and see this one, I'd look forward to seeing you. Take care. Bye.